What we are going to learn is the tutorial of this snowflake hat. For this white hat, the hat body is white, and the snowflakes are also white. We have half a ball of other colors. A ball of white thread for the main body, and half a ball of the same thread as the main body. Say, the material package comes with 2 balls of yarn. But if it's not the white version, the hat body and snowflake colors are also provided. 1.5 balls of hat body and half a ball of snowflake. If you don't want the white snowflake, you can use the remaining cat body thread to mix snowflakes because our thread is overstocked. Now we use pink to demonstrate the ball of yarn we received. There will be a thread at the outermost. We can also take it from the middle. It may take out a small ball. We need to take a small section, a small ball. Find a thread end. Like our thread, it is twisted together, which are combined into one. So it might have different lengths. This is very normal. When we crochet, don't pull it too hard. If you pull it tightly, it's easy to have different lengths. Okay, let's learn the crochet method now. First, take this thread. We wrap it around our index finger and hook the thread with your pinky. Don't pull it too tightly when hooking. Next, we take out the crochet needle. The crochet needle goes through the hole in the finger. Move to middle finger. We stretch out this thread, then the hook needle, and make it into a cross shape. Hook the loop from bottom to top. Okay, let's start our 2 braided stitches. Wind the thread and hooked out the loop on the hook. When hooking, tilt the hook 45 degrees and the hook's head facing towards our body. It's easier to bring the thread out. Continue to wind and hook out. Okay, this is our 1 stitch doesn't count as a stitch. We are going to start making a long stitch. Wind the thread. This is the method of crocheting a long stitch. We first wound the thread, then insert it into the hole of your finger. Then wind the thread and hook it out. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. Thread the needle through the first 2 loops. Now there are 2 left. We use a marker to fasten the right loop, to fasten it, to hold the right loop. Continue to wind the thread. Hook through the 2 loops on the hook. This is a complete long stitch. Let me demonstrate it again. Hook thread the needle through the hole in your finger and hook it out. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. Thread the needle through the first 2 loops. There are 2 left. Then wind the thread through the last 2 loops. This is the way to hook a long stitch. Now we can take out our index finger. Use your index finger to stretch the thread. The little finger hooks the thread the same way. But these 2 fingers, we hold the thread end and overlap with the loop. Because when we crochet, the short thread ends should also be wrapped together so that we can tighten it later. For the first round of long stitches, we need to hook 12 stitches. Now we have hooked 2 stitches. After hooking, there will be a very obvious V on it. This is the first one. This is the second one. Each long stitch will have such a stitch. We continue to wind the thread and insert it into the finger hole. Then hook it out. Thread the needle through the first 2 loops. Then pass the last 2 loops with the thread. Continue to the next long stitch. The method of crocheting I have explained it clearly before, and we will follow this method. To crochet long stitches, we need to crochet 12 stitches. You can repeat it continuously in the whole of our fingers. We have now crocheted 8 long stitches. Then we continue to crochet for more. You can count them, the V on top of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The 12th stitch, which is the last long stitch, and put a marker on it. And make a mark on the V. Next, tighten the short thread. And then insert it. The position of our first marker button, which means picking through the entire V, and both of them. Take off the marker. We finished the first round. First, we'll make a slip stitch, which is to hook the thread over, and directly pass the previous loop through, and tighten the back loop. This is a slip stitch. Then crochet 2 slip stitches as the standing stitches for the next round. We don't need to crochet the hat too tightly because if it's too tight, the hat will be a bit stiff. So we don't need to crochet too tightly. For the second round is to add 12 long stitches. Long stitch increase, which means in 1 stitch, 2 long stitches. So we first wound the thread and insert the stitches where we just pulled out the needle, which is where the marker is, and pick through the entire V and hook it out. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. Pass the thread through the first 2 loops. Use a marker to hold the rightmost loop. Then pass the remaining 2 loops with the thread. This is the first long stitch. Continue to wind the thread through this hole, because this is an addition to the long stitches, so it's still in this hole. And hook another long stitch. Okay, we have completed this long stitch and extra long stitch. After completion, next, we'll start to crochet. The next long stitch increases in the next stitch. Each V represents a stitch. This is 1, and this is 1. Like this. You can see it very clearly. Continue to wind the thread and pass it through the next stitch. The thread at the back, we can hang it above the crochet hook. When hooking, we can wrap it up. Hook a long stitch with the thread. Continue winding thread still in the hole where we just crocheted a long stitch. This hole. And hook another long stitch. We continue to wind the thread and pass it through the next stitch. The thread is still hanging above the hook. Continue to crochet long stitches. Next stitch, continue to crochet the long stitches increasing. Every stitch here. We'll crochet an extra long stitch. So when we finish this round, there will be 24 stitches. When we finish crocheting, you can also count them. The thread at the back. We just keep crocheting. Wrap until the thread is completely gone. Okay, we've now reached the last loop. Thread the yarn through the markers. Take off the marker. In its position, we hooked a long stitch. Then wrap the thread and hook another long stitch. Using the marker to fasten the last loop. Done. So in this way, the second round is done. After the second round is done, we continue to insert the hook into the first stitch. That is, the first marker. Hook the needle through the stitches. Wrap the thread directly through the loop on the hook. Tighten. Then make 2 braided stitches as the standing stitches for the third round. Every round, we need to hook a standing stitch. The third round also needs to add stitches, but it follows a pattern. The first we hooked a long stitch at the position of the marker to make a long stitch, and then fasten the first long stitch. Then wound the thread and pass it through the next stitch and make a long stitch increase. Look at this stitch carefully. Second stitch is a long stitch increase. In this way, and 3 long stitches form a group. Continue to the next set. The first stitch is a long stitch. The second stitch is a long stitch increase. 3 stitches form a group. We need to crochet 12 groups. There are 36 stitches after crocheting. Each round is 1 more than the previous 12 stitches more. We can also count while crocheting. Complete it according to the pattern of 1 to 1 2. To complete this round, remove the marker. In the last stitch, we added a long stitch. And the last stitch is also marked with a marker. There are 36 stitches in this round. We can count them. Wrap the thread around the first stitch to make a slip stitch. Then 2 braided stitches as the first stitch of the fourth round. Thread the needle through the marker and remove the marker. On the fourth round, we have another stitch increasing pattern. On the fourth round, we crocheted a long stitch. Mark the long stitches first, and the second stitch is a long stitch. The needle is a long needle. We do it like this. 1 long stitch before and after, 1 in the middle, which is an increase. A total of 4 stitches. In this way, we have 12 groups of 4 stitches. A total of 48 stitches, which is 12 more than the previous round. This is correct. We can do it according to this method. It's okay if some of you don't understand this round. We can also understand it as last round we had 1 long stitch and 1 increase. This round is 2 long stitches and 1 increase, but in order to prevent, it becomes a 12-sided polygon if you don't separate it in the middle. The place of adding stitches, it will become a 12-sided polygon. It will have angles and be not round. So on even numbered rounds, like the 4th round and the 6th round, we need to separate and separate it in 2. Originally, it was 2 long stitches and 1 increase. We split it into 1 long needle, 1 increase, and 1 long stitch. Add stitches according to this rule, so it won't become a 12-sided polygon. It will be very round, so we follow this understanding. To crochet a long stitch, an increased stitch, 1 long stitch, and 1 increasing stitch, continue to the next set. 1 long stitch, 1 increase, and 1 long stitches. We have finished this round. Okay, we have finished 1 stitch here. The last stitch of the 4th round. We remove the marker. The last stitch is a long stitch. If the increasing stitch is wrong, this stitch is just a long stitch. We use the marker to on the last loop. Complete this long stitch at the first marker. To make a slip stitch, tighten and then crochet to braided stitches. Start the 5th round. Its addition rule is 3 long stitches and 1 increase. First, remove the marker. At the position of the marker, we'll crochet the first long stitch first. Then fasten the marker, finished in the last loop. We completed the first long stitches. The second stitch is also a long stitch. The third stitch is also a long stitch. The fourth stitch, we added a long stitch. So there are 5 stitches in total. Like this, it's a total of 12 groups. There are 60 stitches in total. We can count them. The first stitch is a long stitch. The second stitch is a long stitch. The third stitch is a long stitch. The fourth stitch is an extra long stitch. Okay, let's follow this pattern to finish the 5th round. Okay, when we finish the last stitch, it's just a long stitch increase. Take off the marker and fasten it to the last long stitch. Beginners must make a mark, otherwise it's easy. You'll mistake the middle slip stitch and braided stitches as 1 stitch, and you will crochet more. Next, after hooking an end stitch, then 2 braided stitches. Continue winding the thread and insert it into the hole of the marker. Start the 6th round with a long stitch. It's for long stitches and 1 increasing stitch, but we need to split it. First stitch is a long stitch. The second stitch is a long stitch. Third stitch, we'll crochet an extra long stitch. The fourth stitch is a long stitch. The fifth stitch, 1 long stitch like this is a set. 1 long stitch, 1 increased stitch, and 1 long stitch. There are 6 stitches in total. 5 stitches and 6 long stitches. After finishing, there are 6 stitches in this group. 12 groups make 72 stitches. There are 72 stitches in this round. You can count them. First, crochet a long stitch. The second stitch is a long stitch. The third stitch is an increasing stitch. The fourth stitch is a long stitch. The fifth stitch is a long stitch. Next group, 1 long stitch. 1 increase, 1 long stitch. Okay, let's follow this method to finish the 6th round. Okay, we have finished the last stitch of the 6th round. Take off the marker and fasten the loop on the rightmost stitches. Then complete the long stitches. Then go to the first stitch and make a slip stitch and 2 braids. Next is the 7th round. The 7th round doesn't need to add stitches because after we finish the 6th round, it's about the same size as our head. So in the 7th round, we don't need to add stitches. In the 7th round, just work one long stitch. 1 stitch, 1 long stitch. Second stitch, a long stitch. Each stitch is a long stitch. 1 long stitch per stitch. There are still 72 stitches after this round. You can count while crocheting and focus on knitting. We won't make mistakes in the stitches we crochet. If you are experienced, You don't need to.
Because experienced crocheters can basically do it.
Don't need to
Can
count
hook
accurately without counting. For beginners, besides one stitch corresponding to one stitch, it's best to count silently while crocheting. This way, it's less likely to make mistakes. We can follow this method without increasing
One
or
stitch
decreasing and one long
to
stitch.
complete
this round. The last long stitches. Finish it and fasten the marker. Then on the first stitch, to make a slip stitch, 2 braids. Then wrap the thread around and insert it into the first long stitch. We are on the 8th round. We need to add stitches in the 8th round. For the first stitch of this round, we'll crochet a long stitch first and fasten a marker. On the 8th round, we crocheted 5 long stitches. 1 increase. The first stitch is a long stitch. Second stitch, a long stitch. Third, a long stitch. The 4th stitch is a long stitch. The 5th stitch is a long stitch. The 6th stitch. When you crochet, be careful. The first 5 stitches are long and stitches. The last stitch is a long stitch increase. There are 7 stitches in total. We need to crochet 12 sets of 7 stitches. 12 groups of 7 stitches like this. There are 84 stitches in total. A total of 84 stitches. Continue to the next set. 1, 2, 3. 4. 6, 7. The last stitch is an increasing stitch. If when we crochet, the crochet hook is a bit stiff, it may be because our hands are sweating. We can rub it on our scalp or a slightly oily area. Rub it with our crochet needle. It will be smoother. Continue to the next set. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. And the last stitch is an increase. The 6th and 7th stitches are in the same hole. Okay, for this round, we can crochet according to this method. It has already started to take on the shape of a hat. It has started to sag in. We continue to follow the method of adding stitches in this round. Finished. On the 8th stitch, remove the stitch marker for the increase. On the last long stitches, and button it, and then hook on the first stitch, a slip stitch, 2 braids. Next, for the 9th round, we just crochet without adding or decreasing stitches. The first stitch of the 9th round, we crochet a long stitch, not just the first stitch. In the 9th round, every stitch in every round is a long stitch. Mark the first stitch. Second stitch, a long stitch. Third stitch, a long stitch. The 4th stitch is a long stitch. The 5th stitch is a long stitch. The 6th stitch is a long stitch. Each stitch is a long stitch. There are 84 stitches in this round. You can count them. 1 long stitch in 1 stitch. Okay, let's knit by ourselves. Here we are at this stitch. To the yellow marker. After the last stitches, on its position, we'll make a mark on it. Then, we'll make a slip stitch in the first stitch. Then 2 braided stitches. As a standing stitch, we have now reached the 9th row. We have now reached the 9th row. Like this hat, the first to the 9th rows. After finishing this row, we'll start to crochet a circle of hollows. This head has a circle of hollowing. If you don't like it, we can just continue crocheting long stitches. If you like the hollow, we can follow the method in my video. First, we crochet a long stitch. Mark it, and then the next stitch is a long stitch. After crocheting 2 long stitches, we'll crochet a slip stitch, the middle long stitch, which is the 3rd stitch. We leave it empty and wound the thread to the next stitch. And continue to crochet a long stitch. Go and have a try. There will be a very obvious hollow and a braid. This part is empty. Next, we continue to crochet a long stitch. The pattern of this row is 2 long stitches, a braided stitch. Leave 1 stitch empty and hook a long stitch in the next stitch and a braid. And leave 1 empty stitch. Continue to crochet to long stitches. A braided stitch, 2 long stitches and 1 braided stitch. According to this pattern, we can finish this round. And it's done. Everyone can make it by yourself. Okay, we've reached the marker. The first 2 long stitches have been completed. To the marker, we have just 1 braided stitch. Leave a stitch empty and remove the marker in the first marker. And make a slip stitch, and then 2 braids. We will button the marker at the end. This braided stitch in this large hole. And fasten it. Next, the part of the hat that doesn't need to be drawn, because the back is like this. Why does our hatred doesn't need to measure the head circumference? Because the back is open-ended. So we can basically wear it with any head size. Can wear it. My head circumference is also quite large. The design of this hat. Just I can wear this hat. Next, we need to crochet the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crochet 8 rows of long stitches without increasing or decreasing. Turn and crochet. Let me teach you how to crochet. First, for the first round, crochet in the same way as before. First stitch is long stitch. Each stitch is crocheted without increasing or decreasing on the first marker. And make a mark. Continue to crochet to long stitches. 1 long stitch in 1 stitch. When we reach the large hole, we just pass through directly into this big hole and directly into this large hole and hook a long stitch. 1 long stitch. You can wind the thread into the next stitch of the long stitch. Hook. This V is the stitch of our long stitch. Pull it a little bit. You can see there is a small hole. We can insert the hook, wind the thread, and hook a long stitch. The next stitch is the same. Then go to the large hole. Continue to hook a long stitch. The rule of this row is 2. Is also in every stitch. 2 long stitches above. We can hook a long stitch normally. When we reach the large hole, we can crochet another long stitch. In this way, we filled the empty space we left before. Filled in. Next, keep following this pattern. To finish this round, you can continue to crochet normally without adding stitches or control the stitches. You can weave by yourself later. When you reach the yellow marker, this is the last stitch, the large hole of our last stitch. To fill the large hole and button the last long stitches. After that, we will complete the last long stitches. Originally, we should have crocheted the first stitch, the slip stitches, but because we need to split here, So we don't do a slip stitch. Just hook to chain stitches. Turn it over. Start hooking from the yellow marker. That is, starting from the last stitch. Hook the next 8 rows. And we have 8 rows in total, all in the same way. Now it's the first stitch. After we've finished hooking, continue to fasten it with a marker on the V of the long stitches. Okay, for each stitch, we insert the hook in the same position. Pick up the V on the back, which can also be seen. This is 1 stitch. This is 1 stitch. When picking up, pick up both threads. Don't just pick one. We do the same here, without increasing or decreasing this round. Just remember to hook the last stitch. Don't pull the thread. Just crochet 2 slip stitches. Then turn it over and continue to crochet. This is the way to crochet for all 8 rows. Okay, we'll weave by ourselves later, until we reach the blue marker. This position. Okay, for this round, until we reach the blue marker. Finish crocheting it, and then fasten the marker onto the last long stitch. And complete it by winding the thread the last long stitches. Then hook to braided stitches. This will create a clear fork. As long as we don't pull it out, it will have a fork. So, after we finish the 2 braided stitches, continue to turn it over. Then, start crocheting long stitches from the blue marker. The pattern of this row is very simple. We just follow this method to complete our circle hairpin. Now it's the 3rd row. Next, I want to give you. I won't demonstrate. We just follow this method to complete all 8 rounds. Now we are on the 3rd round of counting. I've taught you how to count rows before, like this: 1, 2, 3, a total of 3 rows. So we still have 5 rows left. Everyone weaves by yourself. Just remember not to pull the thread. After finishing 1 round, we'll crochet 2 braids. Turn it over and continue crocheting. Okay, everyone weave by yourself. I've reached the yellow marker here. This is the last stitch. After finishing it, and hook it on the last long stitches. Done. Like this. I have finished 8 rows of crocheting. For example, if your head is small, you can reduce it appropriately. Don't do 8 rows. You can do 6 rows, just according to the size of your head. To try it on. To see. I have a lace around here. Let's learn the crochet method of lacing. After we finish the last long stitches, just hook a braid. Continue to turn it over. Then insert the first needle. Take off the marker and hook it out. We need to crochet short stitches here. So, there are 2 loops on the hook now. We wound the thread. Directly hook through the 2 loops on the hook. This is a short stitch. After hooking the short stitches, we need to start crocheting long stitches. Wind the thread, then leave 2 stitches empty. 2. Drop to the 3rd stitch. Drop to the 3rd stitch. The middle is empty. We need to work 5 long stitches in the same hole. To hook 5 long stitches. This is the 2nd loop. And hook the 3rd one in the same hole. Then wind the thread in the same hole. Then wind the thread and the 5th in the same hole. Okay, after hooking 5 long stitches, we'll leave 2 stitches empty. 1, 2. drop to the third stitch. Insert the hook, wind the thread, and pull it out. Then wound the thread. Hook through the 2 loops on the hook. 1 short stitch. In this row, the pattern of this row is 1 short stitch, 5 long stitches in the same stitch. We have finished this row. After a short stitch, continue to wind the thread. Leave 2 stitches and hook empty. 5 long stitches in the third stitch. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then continue to leave 2 stitches and empty. Hook a short stitch in the third stitch. And then leave 2 stitches empty. And 5 long stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue to leave 2 stitches empty. 2 in the third stitch. Crochet a short stitch. Then leave 2 stitches empty. 1, 2, skip in the same hole and crochet 5 long stitches. Then leave 2 stitches empty and crochet a short stitch. Next, let's just follow this method. After we finish this round, we'll reach because we'll have 2 stitches left. After you finish 5 long stitches, there are only 2 stitches left. We can directly at the marker. Just crochet a short stitch, then crochet a braided stitch. Cut the thread and pull it out. In this way, our hatred body is.